Do you know that 50% of all new restaurants fail in their first 5 years? That's crazy. It is not about luck. It is not about where your store is. It is not even about the food that you sell. Here's what most failing restaurants have in common. They obsess over the wrong things. For example, they might spend a lot of hours trying to figure out what's the right color for their tables and chairs, but they don't actually know labor costs very well. They have no way to keep happy customers from coming back. Here's the truth. Your restaurant, it is not going to fail because your food is not good enough. The reason that most restaurant owners fail because they do not have the right systems and structure built in place to operate and run their business in a very good way. Let me show you the 5 systems that will separate the top restaurant owners from the 50% of all restaurants that will fail. System number 1 is cash flow tracking. Most restaurant owners track their cash flow and numbers on a month-to-month or every quarter basis. They don't even track it. They just outsource it to their CPA and trust him or her to do it. As a restaurant owner, it's really crucial that you understand what is going in and out of your bank account and what is going in and out of your P&L every single week. If you do not manage your cash well, it could actually bankrupt your business very quickly. Someone may try to sue you, you may have to buy like a new machine, and in the span of a few weeks, your business could spiral out of control very quickly. As a restaurant business, cash flow is king and very tricky. It's very important that you have a system in place to know when do you have to pay rent? Is it on the first of every month? When do you have to make payroll for your hourly workers? That's typically every 2 weeks. What if you hire more people and you have to pay in advance for those few weeks while your sales are not coming in as fast? Benefit of keeping track of your cash flow is that you can catch the problems right away, which is very crucial. So it's very important to have a system in place to help you manage your cash flows in a very clean way. System number 2, labor cost control. We all know that labor cost is a huge percentage of cost for every restaurant business. Often it is about 30 to 40% of the overall cost. That's a huge amount. That means that if you are doing sales of about 1 million every year per store, $300,000 to $400,000 of that goes to labor costs. That's a big amount that you have to manage it very, very well. You really need to have a system in place to manage, predict, and forecast your labor costs in a very well-structured way. In order to control labor costs, it's very important for you to use your sales and revenue forecast to predict the number of people that you'll need. That's very crucial because when sales is going well, you actually need to staff a couple more people to meet the needs of more customers who are buying more. If not, your sales may actually suffer and drop. But when sales are going very poorly, let's say it's a Tuesday afternoon when it's like rainy and no one is coming in, you actually want to have fewer crew on the floor. If not, you're going to overpay for hourly workers who will just be playing on their phone and not doing work. System number 3 is having a good compliance systems in place. One of the biggest fear for restaurant owners, it is actually getting sued. And that is very common. Every owner who I've talked to over the years, once they grow beyond 50 employees, they have been fined or sued at least once. It is already so complex and hard to run a restaurant business. On top of that, you have to learn how to get your compliance systems in place. Everything from meal breaks, time tracking, overtime, ACA compliance is really crucial to get all these systems and structure in place so that you are not at risk. Because once you are dealt with a fine, that could actually bankrupt your business, or several of your crews may leave and they may sue you. So it's really crucial to get your compliance systems in place right from the start to be sure that everything is going smoothly and that all your bases are actually covered very well. Or talk to a friend who is a lawyer. Even better, pay for legal counsel or buy a software that will help you to be able to more properly track your compliance, HR, and payroll all in the same place. By doing all of this, you'll be able to reduce the risk of being sued or fined to very, very low, and that will be helpful to safeguard your business. The system number 4 is customer retention. Most new restaurants focus on getting net new customers once. They are burning all their money and their cash flows away for restaurant diners who come in once but don't come back. That means the lifetime value of these customers is very, very low. And that is a huge problem for you. Do you know that it's 5 times more costly to get a net new customer than to bring back a current customer? That means that you can be much more efficient in using your marketing dollar to bring current customers back to continue to grow sales. Firstly, you need to capture the customer information when they come. It's getting their email, their cell phone, knowing more about who they are. Secondly, you got to track the data on when do these customers come. One of the things that you can do for first-time customers who come is you need to follow up and engage them within 24 to 48 hours. Whether it's a text, SMS that you send out to their phone, thanking them for coming in and asking them to fill out a short survey, or you could be giving them some food vouchers so that they can bring back their wife or their husband back in the next few weeks to try out your food again. There's many ways that you can engage first-time customers very quickly in the first 1 or 2 days so they will come back. System number 5 is a system to train and grow your staff. The average restaurant have more than 100% annual turnover rate. That's crazy high. That means if your restaurants have 50 people, you're having to hire more than 1 person every single week. That's crazy. And what is even worse, if your people keeps coming and going, you're not able to build a consistent operations and structure in place to train them to provide the best customer service for your clients. The cost of one turnover, it is about $5,000. It is the cost of having to source them, hire them, onboard them, and train them. There's a huge amount of effort, money, and time that you are going through having to train all of these people every single week. That's too much money and too much time. When someone leaves, it also leads to a lower employee morale. It is also a lot of loss in context. Just think about that teammate that knows how to open and close the store very well for the past 6-7 months. She has so much context and knowledge, and now you have to train someone else to open and close the store at 7 a.m. or at 10 p.m. There's so much work. So here's how we can fix this turnover and staff issues. We believe that investing in HR drive profits for your restaurant. Being able to invest in them by using tools like voice AI tools where they can self-onboard and do self-training, that'll be so helpful. Being able to talk to a voice AI to know how to make a cup of coffee, how to use this cashier. All these are things that most hourly workers don't get help on. But by being able to access some of this software and voice AI tools, it will help them to actually do their work much better and much faster. And the goal is to create career path for your hourly crew, giving them reasons to stay and to grow because they know that they are learning new skills every single week, every month. That will help them to be positive, to work harder, and to want to continue to stay in your brand and to help you to grow yours. When you can stop that constant hiring process of having to source, hire, onboard and offboard people, you can take a lot of that money and time to invest into creating your own brand, restaurant, to grow your business. So here's what happens when restaurants implement the 5 systems that I just shared. When a restaurant implements a good cash flow tracking system, they are 3 times more likely to survive and to grow in their first 5 years. When a restaurant focuses on managing their labor costs, on average, they will get 40% more profit margin for every store that they have. For the third system, by having a compliance system in place, restaurant owners have a much lower chance of getting sued or getting fined. System 4, by having a customer retention system in place, owners are able to get 60% more life cycle revenue from every customer that comes to their store. System number 5, restaurants with structured onboarding and training programs save tens of thousands of dollars every single year. on over-hiring or high turnover costs. Pick one system and address your biggest pain point now. You should be using restaurant-specific software that is focused on HR, payroll, and compliance. Having all of them in the same place will be so helpful for you in order to run your business better. All these systems are what make or break a restaurant in a very clear way. The question is not whether these systems will work. It's whether you actually move forward to implement and roll them out. I've created a full breakdown of how to implement these 5 systems for your restaurant today. If you want this guide, please comment and we'll follow up to send you that guide. To bring it all together, I believe that restaurant success should not be left for chance. If you like this video, please like, follow, subscribe to our channel, and just comment any questions that you may have. I would love to engage and follow up and help you to run your restaurant better